Good evening, race fans, located in the middle of the cornfields in Rossburg, Ohio. Welcome to Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio, where tonight we will put 6 or 7 drivers. We'll find out from officials at the end of this feature event here tonight. This is the last chance qualifier for the GForce Racing League VE75 Championships here at the Eldora Speedway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Steve Ovens. I'll be calling the action for you all night long here from high atop the half-mile sweeping corners here at Eldora Speedway. On behalf of the GForce Racing League, Series Director Roger Craig, Vice President of the Series Preston Cranmer, and the entire cast and crew here at the GForce Racing League, we welcome you to the last chance qualifier here for the VE75, a 75-lap affair coming up. The main event will follow our coverage here of the last chance qualifier. Qualifying started last night with 2 different sessions, drivers having their opportunity to make their way into tonight's racing program. For all the drivers that were not able to lock themselves in on Sunday night, they have now been left to tonight's last chance qualifier, a full race format here. They're going to run time trials currently. We will go into 8-lap heat races. Same format that you're used to here with the GForce Racing League. We'll have an alphabet soup just like normal, and then tonight's 30-lap feature. Yellow flag laps will count tonight. 30 laps will be the distance for the last chance qualifying feature. Top, as it is right now, top 6 cars will transfer to the main event tonight, and we'll have live coverage from flag to flag here for you tonight. 1 stream for you tonight for the last chance qualifier and the main event. We will take a short pause with some commercial breaks before we get into coverage of the main event. When we get into the main event, we'll tell you all about the event format there. But before we get to the main event, it's the last chance qualifier. Drivers are out on the racetrack for time trials. It looks like time trials has wrapped up, and that is going to bring us up to our very first heat race of the night. And we will try and bring in, see if I can locate him here. I can't seem to locate him here on the Discord. We're going to try and get a word later on tonight with Wyatt Vick, who has been a huge supporter of this event here tonight and last night as well. And we'll get a word with Wyatt before the night's out here. But our very first heat race of the night is getting ready to line up, and we're going to tell you all about how they're going to line up here for this first heat race. 8 laps the distance, and there's only going to be 2 heats tonight. 2 heat races, 8 laps the distance. Top 4 go to the feature. Top 4 have been inverted. Here's how they'll go. Going away from the pole out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, the Velocity Race Design, Joe Black's Bar. Number 2, that's Matt Croakey. Matthew Croakey will start it out from the pole. Starting to his outside will be David Alexander Perrant-Gagnon in car number 30. He'll start to the outside pole. Michael Redding aboard car number 13 will start on the inside of row 2. Starting alongside the 57 of Jordan Hack, the driver out of Grand Island, Nebraska, the Parabellum Motorsports first class cleaning ride. Row 3 to the inside will be the 07K, the Galen's Homemade Popcorn ride out of the Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Racing Sim Team ride. That is Preston Cranmer. To his outside will be Kyle Parker. Maxim Langevin and Wyatt Vick will make up row number 4. Row 5 is going to be John Rayner and Roger Craig in the 47K. And row number 6 will be Anthony Sanguinetti and Jesse Bandy, and I don't believe Bandy's made the call, so we will go with 11 cars here for heat race number 1, and we are off and racing here with our very first heat race of the night, and look at them fanning out down the back straightaway. Good race up front here. And it's not very often, folks, that we get an 11-car heat race and we're only taking the top 4. Now that will give us a lot of spots in the alphabet soup later on tonight to get into the big show. But for these heat races, boy, you want to start as far forward as you can. The feature tonight here for this last chance qualifier is only going to take the top 6, maybe 7. And right now we've got a great battle for the lead. Michael Redding pokes it down to the inside, taking a look under the skirt, seeing if he likes what he sees down there. Trying to get the lead away from Matthew Croakey, and it looks like Croakey's going to keep the momentum up, and he's going to hold on to the top spot by 14 one-thousandths of a second. You're going to ride on board here with Redding, now ride on board with Croakey, trying to hold off Redding, and now he's got Jordan Hack climbing the ladder up to the top side of the speedway. Look at Hack all the way around the top shelf. Hack going to take the Parabellum Motorsports 57. Now he's going to change lanes, go to the middle. He makes contact with Croakey. Couple of cars get together. They're 3 wide in turn number 2. Battle on for the final transfer spot. Oh, more contact. And there goes Cranmer by. So the A-Lit Outlaw puts it on the bubble here with the white flag. Final trip around here for Matthew Croakey. They were dicing and slicing here in heat race number 1, but it's going to be Croakey that's going to come around to pick up the win. He will win heat race number 1. David Alexander Perrant-Gagnon will take the position number 2. Michael Redding is 3, and Preston Cranmer, through all of the madness there on the final lap, will take the 4th and final transfer spot in the Galen's Homemade Popcorn 07K. So there you have it, heat race number 1 in the books, and it was a dandy. Don't forget, we are streaming live here on the GForce TV GForce TV YouTube channel. Log on to youtube.com/GForce TV. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and when you hit the subscribe button, that little bell will come up. Ring the bell while you're there. It's only polite if you ring the bell. And that'll give you those push notifications to your mobile device or your desktop device to let you know when GForce TV is either live with some form of motorsports action or they've uploaded some new on-demand content. You can find it all at youtube.com/GForce TV. Heat race number 2 on the racetrack. Here's how they will go. Starting on the pole in car number 46K, driver out of Crook, South Dakota, the Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Kreitz Racing Parts, Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Sim Team number 46K. That is Joe Exotic, Joe Backus. Starting to his outside, aboard the 21 is going to be Kyle Jenkins. Steven Fernberg and Kevin Fry will make up row number 2. Connor Ross, Greg Boydell will make up row number 3. Barry Goldner, Chris Larson will make up row number 4. Gary Taylor and Lewis Meglin will make up row number 5. And I believe that's our field. 10 cars, 8 laps the distance. Strickland GM Pace Truck pulls off of the racing surface, and we are green flag racing here with heat race number 2. So again, the top 4 cars have been inverted for the start of this race. Kevin Fry, the racing guy, was fastest in time trials for this heat group. 5 cars under a blanket off turn number 4, and only 4 of them are going to qualify. Jenkins takes the early advantage as he worked that outside lane. Got that car whipped up, all sorts of momentum. He's got the lead. Look out, Fry's in trouble on the front straightaway. Somehow keeps it off the wall. More contact there with Chris Larson in turn number 1. But Fry will continue on, but he's lost a lot of ground here to the top 4. Lap number 3 on the board. They'll come around to take the halfway signal this time, and it is Kyle Jenkins out front. Jenkins streaks across the line, and now he has got the 46K of Joe Backus trying to chase him down. Steven Fernberg tried to take a peek on the outside. Now he'll turn it down to the bottom as you get a great look from that cushion cam. Oh, look out! Battle on for the 3 spot. Connor Ross going after Fernberg in the 29. And they got to be careful because Greg Boydell is just a sitting duck right there behind him. Got the best seat in the house. He's on the outside looking in, but he's trying. Coming up on the white flag this time, and it will go to Kyle Jenkins. Jenkins streaks across the line here at the white flag presented by 3-9 Productions. Backus takes a peek down low, slid the tires a little bit. Coming off of turn 2, not going to be able to get the job done. Kyle Jenkins going to win heat race number 2. Backus is in there for 2. Steven Fernberg will come home 3, and Connor Ross will put the 35 machine in the A main for tonight. That will bring us up to tonight's B main. And it looks like every car that's going to start the B main is going to qualify to the A. So it looks like everybody's going to transfer here. But this is going to give these guys 10 laps of additional track time as we get some awesome shots here from the 3-9 Productions drone high above the Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. Want to send a big shout out to some of the great sponsors that have helped put this event on here tonight. We want to thank Wyatt Vick, A&J Craft Creations, Velocity Race Designs, PMD Wraps, B-Fins iRacing Paints, that's Braden Finsel, one of our GForce Racing League competitors, and Highside Graphics and Design. Highside Graphics and Design here on board for the VE75. So here we go, B main rolling out onto the racetrack. We'll give you the starting lineup. Going away from the pole will be the 20 of Kyle Parker, starting alongside the 25th anniversary Ohsweken Speedway 014 ride. That is Greg Boydell. Roger Craig in the 47K will take it alongside the 36 of Barry Goldner. Maxime Langevin and Kevin Fry will make up row number 3. Row 4 will be John Rayner and Chris Larson. Row number 5 to the inside will be Anthony Sanguinetti alongside Lewis Meglin. And out back on the field here is going to be Wyatt Vick aboard the 32, Gary Taylor the 34, Jordan Hack aboard car number 57, and I believe that will complete the field. So it looks like 13 cars, everybody going to transfer. And they will bring it to the green flag this time by 10 laps is the distance. Everybody makes the big show. There's a lot to race for, though, in this 10-lap. Oh, we have got big trouble in turn number 2. One car absolutely drilled the outside concrete. And they are still trying to get themselves righted around over there in turn 2. 2 cars still nosed into the fence. They're going to have to tow back to the pits as the field storms by. I mentioned for just a moment that there was still a lot to race for here as we watch Greg Boydell with the lead down the back straightaway. Every position up in the running order that you finish here in this B main is going to be that much further ahead in the 30 lap feature that you're going to start here this evening. As we ride on board here with Greg Boydell. Oh, he had to back out of the gas there for the lap car off turn 4. He's going to lose the lead into turn 1. Kyle Parker drove around him like he was tied to a post, but you heard the audio there. Boydell had to lift way off the gas, so he didn't plow into the back of, who was that? I can't make out what car that was, but boy, Boydell had a moment there for sure. Lap 6 goes on the board, 6 in, 4 to go. Parker took advantage of the miscue on the front straightaway, pulled a slide job into turn 1, and now Parker's putting some distance on Boydell. But coming up on Boydell, here he comes, the series director for the GForce Racing League. Aboard the Galen's homemade popcorn, 47K, there's Roger Craig. Look at Roger Craig putting it on the cushion. Let's watch him as he goes down into turns 1 and 2. Upstairs, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. In the Kreitz Oval Track Parts, 47K, look at him go. Watching that cushion cam, and we're going to keep an eye on that cam all night long because the cushion is going up higher and higher on the racetrack. White flag out, and coming across the line to take the checkered is going to be Kyle Parker. Parker going to get the win here in car number 20. Greg Boydell will come home in 2, Roger Craig 3, Barry Goldner 4, and rounding out the top 5 here in tonight's B main is going to be Maxime Langevin in the 161. So there you have it, all qualifying now in the books for the VE75 last chance qualifying event. Coming up next will be the 30-lap feature, but before we get to that, we will step aside and play some great words from some of our great sponsors here with the GForce Racing League. Stay tuned, you're watching live coverage of the last chance qualifier here from the Eldora Speedway.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV Racing Leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV.
Welcome back, folks, to the Eldora Speedway, where tonight the GForce Racing League competes in the VE75. You're watching live coverage of the last chance qualifier, and right now we've got the warm-up session out on the racetrack. We're going to bring in a driver here tonight that's competing in the last chance qualifier, but he's also been a big part of the event in a support level here for this event. Wyatt Vick joins us here in the announcer's booth. Wyatt, appreciate your time. I know that you're going to be busy here in a minute, but we appreciate you stopping by. All right, Wyatt, tell us a little bit. I know that Roger told us that you got involved Here, let's try that again. Wyatt Vick, Steve Ovens, you got a copy? Wyatt, tell us a little bit about your involvement here with the VE75 event. And I think we're having a little trouble connecting there with Wyatt Vick. We'll try and get a word with him as best we can. I think we're having some trouble. Let's see, we'll try one more time. We're still in our warm-up session here. Haven't started the feature event just yet. Wyatt Vick, Steve Ovens in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? All right, we will work on trying to get a word with Wyatt Vick if he's able to connect here. We're having all sorts of issues, I think, on the communication end with Wyatt. So not exactly sure what we're dealing with there. But anyway, we are in the warm-up session here, just about ready to go with tonight's 30-lap feature event. Want to ask you all to please, if you're watching here on GForce TV or 39 Productions, we want you to do a couple of things for us. Either we need you to like the video in all platforms, and if you're watching here on GForce TV on the YouTube side of things, we need you to hit that thumbs up button. I see there's just about 20 people here watching the Last Chance Qualifier. I want to see all 20 of those people with a thumbs up on this video. We've got 3 thumbs up so far. I need more. I need at least 10. We got to get at least double-digit thumbs ups here on the video. So if you're watching on GForce TV, be sure to do that. Be sure to subscribe to their channel, ring the bell so you get those notifications. And if you're watching on the 39 Production side, do us a favor and share that video out. Share that video out and let all your racing friends know what we got happening over here at the virtual Eldora Speedway as we are getting ready to grid up the feature event for the Last Chance Qualifier. 30 laps is the distance. Yellow flag laps do count here tonight. And as of right now, we're taking the top 6, possibly the top 7, to tonight's main event. We'll find out from officials a little bit later on, but for sure, we are taking the top 6. So let's give you that starting lineup. I see the field starting to grid up here on pit lane in the work area, so let's go ahead and give you that starting lineup going away from the pole. Aboard car number 2, driver out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, the Velocity Race Designs, Joe Black's bar ride, that is Matthew Croakey. Starting to his outside, aboard car number 93, out of Lawton, Oklahoma, the Jenkins Motorsports Velocity Race Designs ride, that is Kyle Jenkins. David Alexander Perron-Gagnon will take it away from position number 3 out of Ontario. Starting to his outside in car number 46, going to be Joe Backus out of Crook, South Dakota. Michael Redding will start alongside Steven Fernberg in the Fernberg Motorsports number 29. Preston Cranmer, the Aylen Outlaw, the Aylen's homemade popcorn ride, will start alongside the Parabellum Motorsports 35 of Connor Ross. Kyle Parker, Greg Boydell made it out of the B main here tonight. They'll make up row number 5. Row number 6 is going to be Roger Craig in the 36 of Barry Goldner. Maxime Langevin will start alongside Chris Larson in row number 7. Row 8 will be Jordan Hack out of the Parabellum Motorsports camp alongside Wyatt Vick. Anthony Sanguinetti will start alongside John Rayner in car number 10. Louis Meglin and Kevin Fry will make up row number 10. Row number 11 will be the 34 of Gary Taylor, and that is going to round out your field of 21 starters here for 30 laps. All right, folks, we say it every time for the B main, but this is the Last Chance Qualifier. Last call, last dance, last chance to make it to the big dance. We are Green Flag Racing here with the Last Chance Showdown. Oh, baby, look at them. Hold on to it. 3 and 4 wide right off the drop of the green flag. There's only 6 spots available to get into the big show tonight, and boy, they are racing like it. Oh, one car up into the fence hard in turn number 2. Now he comes across traffic, and we've got a mess on the back straightaway. Yellow lights are on. And that started in turn 2, and they're still wrecking in turn 4. Yes, sir. Yellow lights on here on the opening lap. Contact. And actually, you know, for last chance qualifying standards, you know, this yellow flag didn't necessarily come from cars making contact initially with each other. One car, and it's so easy to do here at Eldora, got that right rear tire up over the cushion, and we're going to watch it here into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, actually, there was just a little bit of contact there. That was David Alexander Parent-Gagnon, who had a little bit of a kick in the keister to get that one fired off. That might have been Redding behind him in the 13. And it wasn't much, but it was just enough of a nudge to send Parent-Gagnon up into the fence. That puts us under yellow here as we're now on lap number 4. Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. They will look to go green flag racing next time off of turn number 4. Matt Croakey is led from the drop of the green flag here in this one. Driver comes to us out of North Dakota. And he'll bring it off of turn number 4. Green lights are back on. 5 laps go on the board. 25 to go here in this last chance qualifier. And look at Joe Backus down to the inside lane. Oh, your leader in trouble in turn number 3. Croakey had a problem. Redding drove right around him, and it looks like Croakey is fighting a loose race car. Spun the tires just a little bit as this racetrack is getting slick. Look at Connor Ross around the outside. Right up against the concrete barrier in turns 3 and 4, drives right around Backus. Backus will slide back to 3, and now Backus has got to contend here with Preston Cranmer in the 07. Behind them is positions 5, 6, and 7. We don't yet know how many cars are going to transfer to the main as we're back under yellow. Look out right in front of your leaders. Oh, no. And your leader is upside down. Michael Redding on his lid, and he has to get towed back to the pits. The yellow flag came out. There was a car that was broadside in turn number 2, and Redding nowhere to go. Redding clips the car, turns upside down, and once he got on the side wing, he had to call for the tow truck. Brad, I don't know what put us under yellow, but I think what happened to the leaders, an even bigger story than that. Wow. What a tough break for Michael Redding. Let's take a look. Yellow flag comes out right about here. You see Redding back off the gas, and oh. That looks like Gary Taylor, the 34, and I'm not sure if Taylor... Redding was up on the top side of the racetrack, and I have a feeling Taylor hit the gas trying to get down to the bottom of the track to get out of the leader's way, because Redding come through 1 and 2 right along the concrete. Oh, man. Tough break for both of those drivers. Here's the cause for the caution. Taylor around in turns 1 and 2. As we're back to green flag racing here in this last chance qualifier. Green lights are back on. You see the replay there. As Connor Ross is going to lead this pack through turns 3 and 4. Yellow lights are back on. Caution is out. So yellow lights back on here on lap number 12. We've got 12 in, 18 to go. And again, folks, don't forget, this is a last chance qualifier here tonight. The top 6 cars at least, possibly 7, will transfer to the main event. at the end of this one. So everybody's goal tonight is to get into the top 6 in this race right here. That would transfer them into the main event, the VE75. That race is going to be broken up into a 35-lap affair and a 40-lap affair. And lights are still on the pace truck, so there's going to be another lap at least. Let's step aside here. We'll get a quick word in, and we'll be right back. Well, welcome back to the Eldora Speedway. Coming back to green flag off of turn number 4. Connor Ross hits the loud pedal and we're back underway. So the youngster football player out of Ontario, Canada, leads them here through turns 3 and 4. And right now we've got teammates battling for position number 2. Roger Craig around the outside lane. He's going to take over the second spot away from Joe Backus as we get a yellow. And actually, that's Preston Cranmer. My apologies. Cranmer aboard the 07K. Took over that second spot away from Joe Backus. Still teammates, wrong car. Cranmer, the Aylett Outlaw. Small business entrepreneur with Epsilon Sprint Wraps. If you're looking for a great ride, a great look for your iRacing ride, give him a look over at Epsilon Sprint Wraps on Facebook. If you're on Facebook right now, just type in at Epsilon EPI, EPSILON Wraps, and you'll find him. So caution lights are on here, 18 laps on the board, 12 to go here in this last chance qualifier, and it has been it's been an up and down race, a lot of yellow flags here, but you expect that here with the last chance qualifier. Everybody fighting tooth and nail, trying to get into the main event here tonight. And right now it's Connor Ross showing the way aboard the 35, driver out of Cambridge, Ontario. Running second is Preston Cranmer in the 07 out of Aylett, Virginia, the Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Sim Team, GForce Racing League, Epsilon Sprint Wraps 07. And a new sponsor, Galen's Homemade Popcorn, aboard the 07K here tonight. Joe Backus, the 46K, driver out of Crooks, South Dakota. So here we go. Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. Ross brings them off turn 4, and we are back underway. Green lights are back on here with the last chance qualifier. 20 are in, 10 to go. The top 2 jump away from the field, as it is Ross, Cranmer. Oh, one car getting out of shape there. And this is the battle for the final transfer spot. Jordan Hack trying to take away the third spot away from Joe Backus. Joe Backus, oh, around the outside he goes. Backus reclaims the spot here at the line. Then it's Hack, Kyle Jenkins, and Matthew Croakey right now, your top 6 cars as they run. Oh, but look at this pack behind them. Oh, baby. Matthew Croakey, don't look behind you. The dogs are coming. They are 3 wide for position number 7 going into turn number 1. Holy cow, what a race. Look at all of them. 3 wide into turn number 3. Who is that all the way down on the bottom? What a race here. 3 wide for position number 6. Oh boy, look out, Jenkins is around and he's gonna get collected. by Parag Ganyan. Yellow flag is out. Wow. That was some intense racing right there for the final transfer spot. Very, very intense racing here. Trying to get into the main event here tonight. Brad Ovens going to work the hamster wheel here, try and get a look for us in the 3-9 production studios. And let's take a peek here. You're going to watch Jenkins come off of turn 4, and he's right in the middle of the slick of the racetrack and just lost it coming off the corner. Parag Ganyan nowhere to go. Both of those cars spin. Jenkins goes around. Ganyan got on his lid and then landed on all 4 tires. Somehow able to keep that 30 car going. And while all of that was happening, Greg Boydell says, boys, look what I found. All of a sudden, Greg Boydell goes from being outside of the show to right now being in position number 6. And that's the spot you want to be in right now. Steven Fernberg currently in position number 7, right behind Boydell. Fernberg is going to have a battle on his hands because at the moment, we're not exactly sure if 7th is going to be good enough to get into the main event tonight. We know the top 6 are secured for sure, but we don't know whether 7th is going to be a qualified spot or not. We have to determine that once all of the main event drivers sign in here tonight. Coming back to the green. Green lights are on. And it's going to be a green-white checkered finish. Not an official green-white checkered finish, but it is going to be 2 laps to the end. Connor Ross brings it up at turn number 4. White flag is in the air, presented by 3-9 Productions, and Fernberg went for the slide job. It didn't work out for him. Boydell got back by him. They're 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Fernberg trying to crowd him up at turn 2. Could not make it work, but he's there on the bottom. Boydell, Fernberg, battle to the line, and it's going to be Boydell. Boydell gets the 6th spot. Fernberg comes home in 7th, and we will have to wait and find out if 7th was good enough for Steven Fernberg to qualify into the main event tonight. And I'm going to tell you what, hats off to Greg Boydell, hats off to Steven Fernberg. Those guys raced each other hard, but they raced each other clean. Fernberg had every opportunity to dump Boydell in the final corner, and he did not do it. Connor Ross celebrates here in Victory Lane. We're going to get your top 3 cars ready for a winner view. So just working on getting a word here with your top 3. We're getting everybody assembled here. We'll have them for you here in just a moment. Everybody getting unbuckled from the cars. Connor Ross going over here and giving these boys a little crap, saying, hey man, I was a long ways out from you guys. All right, let's talk to your top 3 here. We're going to bring in 3rd place finishing Joe Backus first. And Joe Backus, congratulations, brother. You're in the big show tonight.
Hey, big dog. It's been a while since I've talked to you.
Yeah, man, it has been a while. Tell me about your car here tonight. That racetrack got pretty slippery there toward the end.
Man, I don't know what it looked like on your end, but in the car, feels like I just couldn't keep it together, but I felt the heat from Hack coming up behind me. I don't know if he finished 4th or what, but it was a hell of a.
Tell me what you think about later on tonight. We're basically going to run 2 full features, 35 lapper and a 40 lapper. This is going to be quite an endurance race here tonight.
Oh, I'm ready for it. Coming into tonight. I missed out on making the big show. The first 2 races, I wasn't real high on my luck. So I'm just happy to be here. It's going to be a great.
I know you guys got a new team formed up and a new sponsor on the wing here. Tell us about all the folks that help make it happen for you.
Galen's homegrown popcorn out of Wentworth, South Dakota. Almost any flavor. It can be shipped internationally. It's a great place. Galen's climbed on board with us. He's a great guy. You can go to galenshomegrownpopcorn.com. Use the code C2C for 10% off of your order, and it makes for great gifts too. So you don't just have to buy it for yourself.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. We'll see you in the big show.
Thanks, Steve. Have a great night, man. We'll talk to you later.
You betcha. Hey, I'm going to hold you to that.
All right, I'm in.
All right, there's Joe Backus, comes home in second here in our last chance qualifier, or third, excuse me. We're now going to talk to the driver who came home in second place. That's Preston Cranmer in the 07K. Preston, tell me about that racetrack, man. That looked pretty challenging at the end.
Yeah, the top was it was still there, but that the little strip of grip up there wasn't much left. If we had 5 more laps, I'd have had to move lanes.
Tell us your thoughts as we get ready for 75 laps here in the VE75 and in a pretty cool event format. And essentially, we're going to run 2 feature races tonight with a little bit of refueling in the middle.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm just excited to be there. We've done some special events, but I have never had such a hard time getting to the main feature. I didn't think it was going to, when we started, I didn't think it was going to come down to the LCQ for me, which I guess maybe that was my mistake, but the talent level's been really high. The next race is going to be just a matter of, keeping control of the car and managing it for at least the first, I don't know, 2/3 of the race, and then going after it at the end.
Well, man, good luck to you here the rest of the way. Matt Preston just did an incredible advertisement for the new sponsor, and that's been a pretty good deal for you guys with forming up, a sim team here with the Kreitz Racing team and a new sponsor to boot. It's been a good time for you guys.
Yeah, they're coming out of the woodwork at this point. It's pretty exciting. So yeah, we partnered up with Don and Cassidy at Kreitz Overtrack Parts, Kreitz Racing, and then Galen's Popcorn. You can go to their website and use code C2C, get a discount there, get yourself some snacks. We also got now Malcolm's Mills Riding, and E-Toronto Tickets are going to be coming on board with us too. So it's a lot of exciting things going on for the Coast to Coast team.
All right, man. Good luck to you in the big show. So there's Preston Cranmer, comes home in the 2 spot, and we'll now talk to the race winner here tonight from the last chance qualifier, Connor Ross aboard car number 35. Connor, congrats, man. Heck of a run there here in this LCQ.
Thank you. Thank you for putting this on and broadcasting, man. That was fun.
Yeah, well, it certainly looked like you were having fun, man, right along the bottom concrete of this racetrack, and you were putting some distance on them there at the end, a full second advantage on the green-white checkered finish.
Yeah, I knew the top was going to be there in the first part of the race, so I was working my way up there. I just wanted to avoid some wrecks, but I knew I didn't want to go at it too early and lose a few spots, but I thought I picked the right time to do it, and then I was able to keep my distance from it.
Tell me your thoughts as we get ready to head into the main event, a 35-lapper refueling and then a 40-lapper to close it out. What are your thoughts as we get ready to roll in the main event?
It's going to be tough. There's a lot of tough drivers and a lot of good competition. This league is filled with amazing competition, so it's going to be fun and it's going to be cool racing 2 stages kind of here.
You've been on a pretty good roll of things here. I know you're, recently a driver teamed up with the Parabella Motorsports guys, and even before that time, you've been really stringing some good finishes and good runs together. It's got to give you some confidence here as we head into the main event.
Yes, my confidence it wasn't that great before joining PBM, but once I got into having some good runs with them, then I started to it showed onto the track and everything. So I've been on the top spot a few times in the Shuriken races, and this is my first time on the top spot for G.
Awesome, man. Well, it's been great to cover this LCQ. We can't wait to get into get into the main event here, and we'll see you out there. And I do want to mention as well, you know, you and your dad have been such a big part of the whole iRacing scene here over the last couple of years. And on behalf of everybody here with 39 Productions, we want to send condolences on the recent loss of your grandfather. And we're glad to see you guys out here racing here the last couple of nights.
Yeah, thank you. Means a lot. We can't say anything bad about you guys. You produce great races and great streams. So thank you for putting.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you in the main event.
Yep. See you guys.
All right, guys. There's Connor Ross. He's getting ready to go here. Driver of car number 35 wins the LCQ. And with that, we are going to step aside. You're going to hear some words from some of our great sponsors here with the GForce Racing League and 39 Productions. And when we come back, it's main event time. It's the VE75 here from the virtual Eldora Speedway, coming to you live from Rossburg, Ohio. This is 39 Productions and GForce TV. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV Racing Leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV. What you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GForce TV. And down to the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GForce channel.
That is Justin Eldridge in the Eldridge Incorporated number 25. Welcome back, race fans, to Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway, located here in Rossburg, Ohio, where tonight the GForce Racing Leagues will compete in the VE75. Final instructions being given over at the drivers' meeting taking place in the pit area. Tonight's main event is ready to kick off. If you joined us for the last chance qualifier to see Connor Ross pick up the big win, we say welcome back. If you're just tuning in to the main event broadcast, we say welcome. Welcome to the middle of the cornfields in Western Ohio, here in Rossburg, Ohio at the Eldora Speedway. 35 laps for segment number 1, 40 laps for the final segment here in the VE75. Here for the GForce Racing Leagues, and we want to thank several folks that have helped make this event possible. Wyatt Vick stepped up in a huge way here this last 2 nights to help put on the VE75. A big shout out to Wyatt Vick, one of our GForce Racing League drivers. A&J Craft Creations, Velocity Race Designs, PMD Wraps, B-Fins iRacing Paints, that's Braden Finsel's iRacing paint company, and Highside Graphics and Design. So like we said, final instructions being given over at the drivers' meeting as we get ready to go racing here with the main event. Here from the Eldora Speedway, they are going to run a full event format here. Practice has already taken place out on the racetrack. Qualifying will be coming up shortly. They'll get 5 minutes to lay down their 2 fastest laps of time trials. We will then go into 4 heat races, 8 laps in distance for each of those. And as the drivers, I think they're out here laying down their still a few more laps of practice. Roger Craig has joined us here in the announcer's booth. And Roger, tell us a little bit about the VE75 and this big event you guys have helped put on tonight.
Yes, Steve, thanks a lot. I'm in this as a racing director capacity because I couldn't qualify. These guys are just too darn good. So it's to celebrate victory in Europe 75 years ago and honoring our veterans, and the Canadians have been donating to Soldier On, and the Americans have been donating to disabled veterans, 2 great causes for some of our true heroes. And so we're looking forward to this. We've never done the 75 lap format, so it should be crazy. It'll be a skating rink by the end of this, so these drivers' skills will certainly come out.
And you got a pretty good indication of how slick this racetrack could get early on. We saw that 30-lap last chance qualifier get mighty slippery out there. Oh.
It amazes me the skill level these guys have, because they control the car way better than I can on that track, but it might get a little bit hairy those last few laps. That's for.
We tried to get a word a little earlier with Wyatt Vick, and we had some communication troubles with him here on the communication side, but he stepped up in a huge way to help out this event.
Can't thank Wyatt enough. A great guy, just came into the league not too long ago. One of those, how can I help? And like to sponsor, help out with something. We talked about this event, so he's covered all our expenses for that. And I just can't say enough about that. That's a huge thing. And we've got more announcements to make through the week too. There's a few of our racers who have, just stepped up amazing. And Wyatt's one of them. He's also volunteering to do some of the artwork for us. And I've said it before. It's a community. This is a community racing league, and the guys show that by everybody pitching in.
Well, have fun with this event tonight. I know you guys have got a lot of work on the race directing side to take care of here tonight, but thank you for having us a part of it here with 3-9 Productions. You guys were our first and most loyal customer right from the start of the get-go. And, man, it's just been a hell of a partnership, and we can't wait to do even more with you guys going forward.
Can't agree more. And we've watched each other grow, so that's been the very cool thing. We started out both, small, and we're both getting bigger. And, we've got, 7 races will be broadcast this coming season, up from 1. So we're going bigger and better. And I know you guys are too. You guys are moving. We're just so proud that we can keep you guys with us.
Absolutely, man. We're happy to be here. Enjoy the VE75 here tonight. I know we will. If that last chance qualifier was any indication, this could be a good show here tonight.
For sure. And I got to get back and figure out who's in this and who isn't. So we had a few guys come up that were spares, and I think we might be using them. So good luck on the call, and hopefully your voice lasts till the end.
All right, man. Good luck to you. There's Roger Craig, Series Director here for the GForce Racing League, stopping by to give us a few words here during time trials. Time trials looks like they will be wrapping up here momentarily, as we have got all drivers have taken time here. And up on top of the leaderboard here in time trials is the 47 of Garrett Pepiot. So the Michigan Madman in the 47 out of the Parabellum Motorsports Camp takes top time here this evening with a 13.552 second lap. That's 13 with a 5.5 and a 2. Second fastest, Aiden Young. One of the names that you're going to start hearing more and more here with the GForce Racing League is Aiden Young. He has climbed through the ladder system, I don't know how many weeks in a row, to compete with the Renegades broadcast race on Monday nights that we cover right here on GForce TV and 3-9 Productions. Jordan Hack, third fastest. He just came out of the transfer race, the last chance qualifier. He's third fastest with a 13.618. Kyle Moonen, fourth fastest out of the Vanderbilt Race Cars camp with a 13.621. And John Heim, another driver who could really surprise a lot of people here tonight. John Heim recently teamed up with the Parabellum Motorsports crew, and ever since doing so, he has just been getting faster and faster and more consistent, more importantly. He actually tied Jesse Bandy out of the Vanderbilt Race Cars team with a 13.626. So, there we go. Time trials in the books. We'll line up for our heat races here tonight. And it looks like we're going to line up 3 heat races for you. Heat race number 1, getting ready to roll off here. And as they get gridded up in the work area, we'll tell you about how they're going to line up as drivers making those final adjustments, adding on what fuel they want here before we come out to go racing for 8 laps in this very first heat race. So let's swing over here and give you the starting lineup. Going away from the pole here in heat race number 1. Aboard car number 47, the Parabellum Motorsports ride for the Michigan Madman. That is Garrett Pepiot. He'll start on the pole alongside the 24 of Kyle Moonen. Kyle Moonen out of Lima, Ohio, the Vanderbilt Race Cars, BuyOil.com, Wagaman Brothers sponsored ride. Row 2 to the inside, Rylan Gray aboard the 06. We'll start alongside Sean Bowers in car number 199. Bowers, one of our drivers that works his way through the ladder system as well, competing here with the GForce Racing League. Row 3 to the inside. A veteran of the U.S. military himself, Jeffrey Barker, out of Central New York, out of Brewerton, New York. That is Jeffrey Barker aboard the 51 machine. He'll take it away from position number 5. Starting alongside car number 5. It'll display as the 11. On your race screen, driver out of Welland, Ontario, Canada, it's the Pink Flyer, Chad Cote. the American Dirt Motorsports Dirt Company Media House Ram Designs ride. Row number 4 to the inside. Driver out of Naples, New York. In the Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb, Schultz Heating and Cooling number 16. That is Mike Schultz. Mike Schultz out of Naples, New York will take it away from position number 7. Starting to his outside, driver we call the Big Dog. He'll be chomping down on the bottom side of the racetrack all night long out of Victoria, Ontario. The Glenn Stiers Racing, Enrium Dynamics, Peter Piper's Pub House. Number 84, that's Ryan Beagle. And out back on the field, driver that we used to call OU-Hoo. We're going to have to find a new nickname for him. Terry Landis aboard the 661K out of Murrieta, California. The Galen's Homemade Popcorn. Kreitz Oval Track Parts sponsored 661. So there's your starting lineup here for heat race number 1. As the field paces here, getting ready to go racing for 8 laps. Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. We will go green flag racing next time off of turn number 4. Everybody qualifies into the main event feature here tonight. Special event format. You had to qualify through Sunday night qualifying to get into the show here. And we're ready to show you heat race number 1 as they bring it off of turns 3 and 4. The Michigan Madman, Garrett Pepiot, Kyle Moonen will lead them to the first green flag of the night for the main event. And we are racing here with heat race number 1. Working down the back straightaway. And it is Pepiot, Moonen, and Rylan Gray. Right now, your top 3 cars as they work it across the line. Chad Cote started 6th. He's currently up to 5th. And these spots that they gain will just be better for them to start in the consolation. Yeah, the segment number 1 of tonight's show. And look at everybody tucked into line. Single file through turns 3 and 4, down on the bottom lane. Chad Cote thought about taking a peek out to the outside, could not make it happen that time off turn 4. Now he's got to go down low to block the advance of Jeffrey Barker. Cote there in car number 11. Riding behind Sean Bowers in the 199. Mike Schultz just behind those guys. He's trying to take a peek upstairs. As you're going to ride on board here with Cote in the 11. Cote there, timing and scoring has him as number 5, but you'll see him displayed as number 11 on the race car. And look at Schultz getting racy up on the top side. As that cushion continues to move out, here comes Schultz around Barker for a spot. Oh, they made contact in turn 1. Schultz in the fence. Little bit of contact there in the first turn, and it went south for Schultz in a hurry. Green lights remain on. We continue to race down the back straightaway. Field brings it off at turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air here for heat race number 1. It is Garrett Pepiot. The Michigan Madman will win it here in heat race number 1. Kyle Moonen, Rylan Gray. They started 2nd and 3rd. They finished 2nd and 3rd. Sean Bowers starts 4th. He finishes 4th. Chad Cote rounds out the top 5. 6 through 10, Jeffrey Barker, Ryan Beagle, Terry Landis, and Mike Schultz, who got the short end of the stick there in turn number 1, will come home in position number 9. So we want to welcome everybody that's tuned in, watching the broadcast here tonight over on GForce TV. I see we've got 8 thumbs up. We want 10. Brad says we need to get 15. All right, let's do it. Let's get 15 thumbs up on that GForce TV YouTube channel. Give me all the thumbs up. We're at 8. We want 15. I want 7 more. I want 2 more in this heat race. Heat race number 2 rolling out onto the racetrack. Let's tell you the lineup. Starting on the pole here aboard car number 69 is going to be Aiden Young. Aiden Young aboard the 69. He'll start alongside the 71 of John Hine. John Hine comes to us out of St. Louis, Missouri. Row 2 to the inside will be the 10 of Ross Carinta. Roscoe comes to us out of Fisher, Minnesota, the Velocity Race Designs ride. Starting alongside car number 73, that's Larry Moody out of St. Louis, Missouri. Chris Steele out of St. Catharines, Ontario will start alongside the 29 of Stephen Fernberg out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Jack Clevenger out of Cedro Willie, Washington will start alongside Greg Boydell out of Hamilton, Ontario. And your final row will be the 36 of Barry Goldner, who comes to us out of St. Thomas, Ontario. Looking for the green flag, this time off turn number 4, and we've got it. Green flag is out here for our second heat race. Lap number 1 goes in the books. Car number 71 will lead it. That's John Hine. Going to ride on board here with Aiden Young as he tries to chase down his teammate in the 71. Aiden Young, Parabellum Motorsports car, as is John Hine. A couple of guys that are new to the Parabellum Motorsports camp. And we're seeing, contact there with Chris Steele, and I think that was the 78 of Clevenger. May have been the 29 of Fernberg. I could not see, but it was Steele that got the short end of the stick there, as he'll run in 9th now. Now you ride on board with Ross Carinta. The Velocity Race Designs, number 10 out of Fisher, Minnesota, trying to track down the third place running Larry Moody. So Larry Moody. Now, one thing to keep an eye on here in this second heat race as they come across the line to get the 2-to-go signal. Look how smooth this racetrack is right now. As this race event goes on here tonight, particularly that cushion, it is going to get rough, it is going to get choppy, and it's going to bounce these race cars all over the place. But right now, you don't see it. A fairly clean racetrack. There is some wear to it right now, as we got one car really testing the waters on the outside. That's Stephen Fernberg in the 29. He's going to try to go 2 for 1 here at the checkered flag. He won't do it. Fernberg will get up to 4th, but it's John Hine in the 71 out of St. Louis, Missouri that'll pick up the win here. The Cruise Shop Parabellum Motorsports ride. He will win heat race number 2. Second across the line was Aiden Young. Larry Moody was 3rd. Stephen Fernberg with a slick move on the outside will take the 4th spot away from Ross Carinta, who rounds out the top 5. I have a feeling that Mike Schultz showed these guys something in that very first heat race, as he was the first car to really toy with that outside groove. And those guys have started to push the outside further and further up the racetrack. And now I think it's really going to set up heat race number 3 to be very, very entertaining, because this racetrack is really starting to widen out, and you have got some hot dogs in this heat. YouTube's up to 13 thumbs up on the video. Keep it going. Keep it going. I want to see 15, and when we get to 15, then we're going to push for 20. I got 12 right now. I need 3 more. Give me 3 more thumbs up on the GForce TV YouTube video page, please. Heat race number 3 rolling out onto the racetrack. Here's how they'll go. Jordan Hack aboard car number 57 will take it away from the pole out of Grand Island, Nebraska. The Parabellum Motorsports First Class Cleaning Chado's Auto Body ride will start alongside the 157 of Jesse Bandy out of Rochester, Minnesota. The Bandy-built race cars, BuyOil.com, Wagaman Brothers sponsored ride. Row 2 to the inside. Aboard car number 25 is going to be Jonathan Short out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Kreitz Racing, Coast to Coast Racing, Galen's Homemade Popcorn, Epsilon Sprint Wraps number 51 will start alongside the 07 of Preston Cranmer. The Aylett Outlaw transferred after finishing 2nd in tonight's Last Chance qualifier. Connor Ross won the Last Chance qualifier. He'll start 5th alongside Matthew Croakey, who qualified his way out of the LCQ out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Joe Backus aboard car number 46K out of Crook, South Dakota. We'll take it away alongside Kyle Parker, who will start 8th. Maxime Langevin will round out your 9-car starting field here for heat race number 3. Green lights are on. Hack is on the gas and racing to turn number 1. And he will lead him down the back straightaway as he and Jesse Bandy tried to drive away just a little bit here. Teammates doing battle there as Preston Cranmer drives around the outside of Jonathan Short. And now Cranmer is going after Jesse Bandy into turn number 3. Off of turn 4, Hack leads here on lap number 2. You ride on board here with Preston Cranmer, and look at him, nice and smooth on the wheel. Look how little wheel input he's got on that race car. That race car is almost driving itself out there. As he takes it through turns 1 and 2, as you watch on the cushion cam, and here comes Cranmer. Tried to take a peek, but Bandy shuts the door off of turn number 2. So Bandy will hold on to the 2 spot, and that's allowed Jonathan Short to close in aboard car number 51. Field works through turns 3 and 4, coming down to the line to put lap number 5 on the board. 5 in and 3 to go here for Jordan Hack, and now Jonathan Short takes it down to the inside. Spins the tires just a little bit coming off of turn 2. He's going to lose a couple car lengths there to Preston Cranmer. Could not make it happen that time. 2 laps to go now for Jordan Hack. Hack, once a driver with the Parabellum Motorsports camp, took some time away, has reunited with the Parabellum Motorsports crew. Driver out of Grand Island, Nebraska, takes the white flag. So it's Hack and the Parabellum Motorsports first class cleaning Chado's Auto Body, number 57 off turn 4, and Hack picks up the heat race win. Second across the line is Jesse Bandy. Preston Cranmer comes home 3rd. Jonathan Short 4th. And his teammate from the Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Sim team, Joe Backus, rounds out the top 5. We want to welcome everybody that's joined in here on the GForce TV YouTube page as well as the 39 Productions page. Welcome to the VE75. And they are getting ready to grid up here. Segment number 1, 35 laps in distance. Yellow flags are on for this race. Yellow flag laps do count here in segment number 1. Segment number 1 is 35 laps in distance. We will then throw the yellow for a refueling period. And then we will bring it out onto the racetrack for our 40-lap finale here for the VE75. The VE75 brought to you by a whole list of great sponsors here tonight. We want to thank GForce Racing League driver Wyatt Vick, A&J Craft Creations, Velocity Race Designs, PMD Wraps, B-Fins iRacing Paints, Highside Graphics and Design. And ladies and gentlemen, here is your starting lineup for the VE75. Garrett Pepiot, the Michigan Madman, out of the Parabellum Motorsports camp, will start alongside his teammate John Hine in car number 71 out of St. Louis, Missouri. Row 2 to the inside will be car number 57, Jordan Hack out of Grand Island, Nebraska, starting alongside the 72 of Kyle Moonen out of Lima, Ohio. Aiden Young out of the Parabellum Motorsports team will line up alongside Jesse Bandy in the 157 out of Rochester, Minnesota. Rylan Gray will start alongside St. Louis, Missouri's Larry Moody in car number 73. The Aylett Outlaw, Preston Cranmer out of Aylett, Virginia, will start alongside Sean Bowers in car number 199. Stephen Fernberg out of Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, will start alongside Jonathan Short, and you'll see the rest of the field file through here in our starting lineup here for tonight's VE75. And as we start each and every race here with the GForce Racing League and 39 Productions, my good friend and Land of Legends Hall of Famer Gary Montgomery would always say, race fans, it's time to sit down and hold on to your seats, because these men, by the grace of God, iRacing and 800 horsepower, are ready to go to work. And then they didn't. My apologies here, folks. I was the understanding that this was going to take place here at the beginning of the 40-lapper, but it looks like it's going to take place here before the first segment of this race, and a 4-wide salute here to all of the great fans that are watching here this evening on GForce TV, as well as 39 Productions, and look at them. 4 wide. Ladies and gentlemen, the GForce Racing League presents to you the starting field for the VE75, and look at them coming at you into your living room, man cave, or race shop. Oh, baby, look at them. 4 wide off turn number 4. Would you just look at it? My, my, my. And it is going to be 25 drivers here in the starting field. Again, we want to thank GForce Racing League driver Wyatt Vick, A&J Craft Creations, Velocity Race Designs, PMD Wraps, B-Fins, iRacing Paints, Highside Graphics and Design, and look at those cars coming at you 4 wide. Boy, that doesn't get old. And now the missing man formation here in honor of all of the Canadian veterans who we race for tonight with the VE75. And they're going to come by for you, folks, one more time here off of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting field, and now they will break formation, and we will get ready to go racing here with segment number 1 in the VE75. So the inside rows will fall to the tail, the outside rows clean it up, and there we go. Getting ready to go green flag racing here with the VE75. So they will go green flag racing next time off of turn number 4. Instructions being given by race director Roger Craig. And it's the Michigan Madman and his teammate John Hine on row number 1. Hine has been so impressive of late. Garrett Pepiot seemingly is qualified out of the Rebels race in our ladder system here. Almost the entire season to race with the broadcasted Renegades League. And he's going to bring us off turn number 4 to the green flag. And the VE75 here from Eldora is on. Field got their dancing partners there through turns 1 and 2 here on lap number 1. And it is Garrett Pepiot with the early lead here in the VE75. John Hine holding on to position number 2. Kyle Moonen right there with him aboard the 24. In third, right now running 4th is Jordan Hack. And running 5th is the 06 of Rylan Gray. Oh, look out, contact there in turn number 4. I think it was Jonathan Short got sideways. He gathers it back in, and we will race on. But trouble there for Jonathan Short early on. And now look at this battle for position number 4. As we've got more cars tangled up in turn 4. I don't think that's going to draw a yellow, as it looked like they got righted around. And the yellow does come out. We've got a problem on the race course, and yellow lights come on. As we were having an intense battle there for positions 4, 5, and 6. Caution flag out for the first time tonight here in the VE75. Taking a look at what put us under the yellow flag, and we're going to watch here around Chad Cote. And it looks like one car might have been Preston Cranmer there in the 07. Got tagged from behind by Cote. So working yellow here on lap number 12. Larry Moody had a problem there as well. Moody will bring it back out onto the racetrack. Actually, it might have been Moody that got into trouble there. Field comes across the line, and it looks like we may... Yes, lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck. Single file restart is the call. And so it is going to be the 47 of Garrett Pepiot who will bring us back to green off turn number 4. John Hine, Kyle Moonen right there with him. As it is Pepiot who hits the trigger off turn 4 and got the top 5 bottled up just a little bit. I think Hine hit the gas down in the slick part of the racetrack. He slid the tires and had to gather it back in, and now here comes Rylan Gray. Gray with a slider into turn 3. Hine turns it back underneath him in turn 4. What a great race for the second spot as they go to turn number 1. Slide jobs aplenty here as Rylan Gray takes it down to the bottom. Hine tried to block off that slider line, could not make it happen, and Rylan Gray is solidly into position number 2. Oh, Hine there with the right rear Hoosier, and Rylan Gray's up into the concrete. Gray brings it off the fence, and he'll continue on, but he has lost a ton of positions there in that exchange. Oh, and now Kyle Moonen's up in the fence in turn number 2. And one car goes around. That may bring the yellow flag out here on lap number 3. One car is tipped upside down. Oh, and it's Connor Ross. Oh, Connor Ross upside down in car number 35. And he did clear the car out before the yellow flag came out, and these guys continue to race on. Watching the battle here for position number 3. That's Jordan Hack and Jesse Bandy. Bandy, the Vanderbilt race cars, 157 off turn 4. Tried to pull up alongside Hack, could not make it work that time. Oh boy, Hack came off of the cushion with authority off turn 2. Had to crack the throttle, did Jesse Bandy, and now Hack is going after John Hine. John Hine, don't look behind you. Here comes Jordan Hack, his teammate. And right now it's Parabellum Motorsports drivers 1, 2, and 3. Pepiot has said sayonara. 2.05 second lead right now for Garrett Pepiot out of Michigan. John Hine out of St. Louis, Missouri. Jordan Hack, the 57 out of Grand Island, Nebraska, as you watch Pepiot bring it off at turn 2. Now we'll slide back to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in your running order. Aiden Young, Sean Bowers right there with these guys, battling from second on back. And now you look at Hack going after as Jesse Bandy had caught back up to him. Oh, look at Hack. Oh, he had to thread the needle, and he's into the wall. Hack's into the wall, got a kick in the keister from Aiden Young, but he continues on. Incredible move there for Jordan Hack to keep that car straight. He had to thread the needle between John Hine in the 71 and the lap machine in turn number 3. He couldn't make it work. He got into the concrete wall, and he's gonna slide backwards. As we are coming up with 7 laps to go here in segment number 1 of the VE75, and we are under yellow. Yellow lights are on here for the second, make it third time tonight. Third yellow flag of the race coming out on lap number 27. Now put 28 on the board for Pepiot. So some big action there, and a tough break for Jordan Hack, who's going to slide back to position. Oh, and there's a problem there on the back straightaway. Mike Schultz got involved in that one. Schultz ended up on his side on his lid. And Jordan Hack had problems as well, as did Kyle Moonen. Wow. Schultz running 21st, Jordan Hack running 20th. Let's take a look there, and a little bit of contact for Jordan Hack, who gets upside down and then got pinballed by 3, 4, 5 cars now in turns 1 and 2, and he had to clear via the tow truck. Tough break there for Jordan Hack, who had a great run going, battling for the second spot with John Hine just a little bit ago, not even 10 laps ago. And it looks like lights are off on the pace car. We'll get the restart next time by. Here with, it'll be lap 31 when they take the green flag. Pepiot continues to lead. He's led from the drop of the green flag here tonight. John Hine right on the tail tank here for the restart. Pepiot brings it high to low off turn number 4. Green lights are back on. 4 laps to go before the first segment gets the checkered flag here. Oh, and they're dicing it up on the back straightaway. Look out. One car got up into the fence, and they're still trying to gather it back in. More contact in turn 4. Preston Cranmer trying to get his way up through the pack here as Pepiot absolutely pulls away, and Jesse Bandy takes over position number 2. Sean Bowers down to the inside portion of the racetrack. 2 laps to go for Garrett Pepiot here in segment number 1. Bandy leads him down the back straightaway. Sean Bowers right there with him. White flag coming out here for Garrett Pepiot. Segment number 1 has been led green to the white flag here by Garrett Pepiot. He's trying to lead one more lap through turns 3 and 4. Right on the bottom side of the racetrack. Checkered flag is out here for segment number 1. It's Garrett Pepiot. Second across the line is going to be Jesse Bandy. Sean Bowers will come home third. John Hine and Aiden Young will round out the top 5 here for segment number 1. So we will step aside here as they get the cars in the work area to refuel. When we come back, the finale to the VE75 coming at you live on GForce TV and 39 Productions. Stay tuned.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV Racing Leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV. What you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GForce TV. And down on the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GForce channel.
That is Justin Eldridge in the Eldridge Incorporated number 25. Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio, where tonight the GForce Racing Leagues compete in the VE75. We're already 35 laps into the books. We're at our halfway break for refueling, and we're going to check in with the winner of segment number 1, Garrett Pepiot. And Garrett, a pretty dominating performance here in segment number 1, leading that one green to checkered. How good was that car?
Oh, I'm pretty good at Eldora. I'm pretty confident in what I can bring to the rest of this race. I made some setup changes, and we'll see how she goes.
How much do you expect this track to change segment 1 versus segment 2?
It's pretty slick right now. It's obviously going to get slicker. It's going to be more of a pedal game than anything. So, better you are on the pedals, the faster you're going to be.
Absolutely. You've had such a dominant performance here in segment 1. I mean, is there anything stopping you here in segment 2?
Driving over my head. I just got to put clean laps down and keep her off the wall.
All right, man. Flip that visor down and take care of business, man. Good luck to you.
After that, thank you.
All right, there's Garrett Pepiot, who will restart this race in position number 1 here for segment number 2 of the VE75. A 75-lap affair here for the GForce Racing Leagues tonight. They are currently working on gridding the field. And you see them gridding up here in the work area. Coming up is the finale 40-lap segment, segment number 2 of this special event. And this is a unique format that they haven't done yet with the GForce Racing Leagues. And I have to say, it's gone over really, really well here tonight. Segment number 1, if you're familiar with the iRacing platforms, they essentially ran that through the what you see on iRacing as the consolation event. And then they have the refueling, quote unquote, here in the warm-up session. And then the feature set at 40 laps. And this has been a ball to watch here tonight. There is one faster pair per driver here for the 40-lap finale segment. And we'll see what Jesse Bandy has here for your race leader, as Bandy will restart on the outside of row number 1. So Jesse Bandy will start second behind the 47 of Garrett Pepiot, Sean Bowers, John Hine. Row number 2, row 3 will be Aiden Young and Ross Carinta. Jonathan Short, Jack Clevenger make up row 4, and row 5 will be Terry Landis out of Murrieta, California. Starting alongside Chad Cote, starting 10th out of Welland, Ontario, Canada. White flag being displayed to your field. This racetrack has been carried over from time trials. It is slick, it is hard, the cushion is going to be rough, and you folks are in for a treat here for this finale. Segment number 2, getting ready to take the green flag off turn number 4. Race fans, buckle up, hold on to your seats. Segment number 2 of the VE75 from the virtual Eldora Speedway is green off of turn number 4. Oh, look out, contact on the back straightaway, and the field's blowing apart on the back straightaway. Big problems. A Daytona-style crash on the back straightaway at Eldora, and Jack Clevenger has got a ton of damage on the 78. That started about mid-pack. One car got sideways, collected a second car. They both went into the concrete and then bounced back in front of an oncoming field of cars, and several cars got a piece of that one. Let's take a peek, and we're going to watch Jack Clevenger's 78. Clevenger restarted right just about 8th or 10th on that start, and let's look at it. Oh, Clevenger got contact, got booted into the wall. Gathered Chad Cote, and there was a lot of contact there, but I gotta say, there wasn't as many cars flipping end over end as what it looked like initially from my camera view. A lot of cars got damaged. Chad Cote, one of them, and we'll have to see if Cote elects to bring that car down pit lane to use his quick repair. They do have a quick repair at their availability to use. But Cote looks like he's going to stay on track. Now that's good. That's interesting, and it might actually work out in his favor because that car, that not having that front wing is going to really tighten that race car up. He may be able to make some adjustments with the wing and still be okay without the front wing. We'll have to watch Cote here as we get ready to come back to green off turn number 4. Will that decision pay off for him? Green lights are back on. We're back underway here at Eldora. Jesse Bandy, slider line through turns 1 and 2, trying to build up a little bit of momentum in that 157. And boy, I don't think the decision is paid off here for Cote. That car is very, very tight. In car number 11, he cannot get that car turned on entry. That is going to be a rough way to go. He's going to have to hope for another quick yellow to get that car on pit road into the work area here at Eldora for repairs. Watching the field off of turn number 2, and that's the 51 of Jonathan Short. You ride on board with Short here off of turn number 4. Nice and easy on that throttle pedal as he works down now on the outside lane, trying to track down the 69 of Aiden Young. Meanwhile, Ross Carinta's right there with him. Carinta now just edging ahead of Short as they work down the back straightaway. Now let's take a ride on board here with Ross Carinta off turn 4, trying to track down Aiden Young in the 69. Pepia is just checking out. As this battle continues to rage on here, Aiden Young trying to stay in the top 5 here. He's running 4th. Jonathan Short now 5th. Meanwhile, we're watching the battle here continuing for 4th, 5th, and 6th. They're starting to close in on Sean Bowers in the 199. Larry Moody, who had a problem early in this race, has clawed his way up from 13th to 9th since we've restarted the race, +4 so far for Larry Moody. Boy, they are battling in front of him too, side by side. Look at these guys, 2 by 2 in the corner as you get a look out of the 3-9 Productions drone camera high above the racetrack. And look at these guys battling for position as Ryland Gray has joined the fray. Aiden Young, Sean Bowers, Jonathan Short, Ryland Gray trying to close in on these guys. He's a little bit, about a half a straightaway behind them. As now Ross Carinta takes it through the middle lane. He'll stick with the middle lane off turn 2. He pulls Sean Bowers, so Bowers' handling on his car might be fading away just a little bit. As you see the distance, Garrett Pepiot to Jesse Bandy, now less than a second. And Garrett Pepiot now runs out to the cushion off turn 4. And he gained 0.3 of a second that time on Bandy. So 0.3 of a second added to the lead here for Pepiot, who's now starting to catch lap traffic, and a car flipped over in front of him. Oh, that was a close call for your race leader. Yellow lights are on for the first time in segment number 2 on lap number 17. So a long green flag run, and it looks like it's Joe Backus who got upside down in the 46K. Let's take a look and see what happened here. You see Chad Cote still trying to fight and make it happen in that 11. Oh, they make contact there in turns 3 and 4. Backus goes around, and then Backus got clipped. I couldn't quite make out what car that was. I don't know if that was maybe the 29 of Fernberg, who kind of came in there at the end. In any regard, Backus upside down has to call for the tow truck. So that will just about do it for Joe Backus's chances here in the VE75. He can still get back out here and try and race for some positions. Chad Cote made it down into the work area. And there you see the contact there. Steven Fernberg, nowhere to go there, with Backus flipped upside down, spun around. Chad Cote made repairs to the 11 car. Let's take a quick peek there. They quickly got a new front wing put on that car, and that car is going to handle much better than it was. Lights are off on the Strickland GM pace truck, and it'll be Garrett Pepiot bringing us back to the green flag off turn number 4. They will reach the halfway mark at the green flag. Green lights are back on. Pepiot, your race leader here at the halfway mark of segment number 2. And now we're going to get to a very interesting part of this race. Who's got the long run speed over the course of a 40-lap run? We're halfway, now past halfway, here in segment number 2, and Aiden Young is taken to the whip here on Jesse Bandy. Watching from the cushion cam as Pepiot slings by. Then it's Bandy, Aiden Young, Jonathan Short, and right now rounding out the top 5 is Ross Carinta. Larry Moody has clawed his way up to 8th as we watch his march to the front. But Aiden Young trying to close in here on Jesse Bandy. Oh, look at that. Wow. Close call there for Young in turn number 2. Oh, and now Young with a slide job attempt in turn number 4. Couldn't make it happen. Bandy holds on to the spot. And meanwhile, Garrett Pepiot is loving it. He's saying, you guys race as hard as you want to. I'm going to drive right on away. Oh, Jonathan Short, hold on to it. Short had tough luck the last time we were here at Eldora. Had a rare miscue up on the cushion. Got involved in an accident, dropped to the back of the pack. He is trying to put it all together here in tonight's VE75 as we get a yellow. Yellow lights are on for the second time in segment number 2, and it comes on lap number 25. 25 in, 15 to go. Got some folks checking in over here on the GForce TV YouTube page. Want to send a shout out to Steven watching here the coverage of tonight's VE75 as we look at what put us under this yellow flag, and Jordan Hack with a problem. There in turn number 1, contact was made there on the front straightaway. And a couple of cars getting into it there in turn number 2. Barry Goldner aboard car number 36, headed down to the work area. Looks like he'll try and take his quick repair. Connor Ross back out onto the racetrack. Tough break for Connor Ross tonight. Got involved in an incident during segment number 1. Dropped 2 laps in that incident. And it is now a single file restart here. Pepiot brings us back to green as we put lap 29 on the board. Pepiot brings it off of turn number 4. They'll put lap number 30 in the books, 30 in, 10 to go here in this final segment of the VE75. Down the back straightaway they go, and Jesse Bandy continuing to rip the lip on the top side. Trying to close in on Garrett Pepiot. Does he have enough time? Boy, he is closing in ever so slightly on Pepiot. Pepiot all the way down to the bottom and then lets it drift out to the outside. You're right on board here with Jesse Bandy. Bandy and the Bandy Built Race Cars, buyoil.com, 157. Rochester, Minnesota's own. Jesse Bandy trying to close in on your race leader. Could not make it happen that time. 33 laps on the board, 7 to go now for Garrett Pepiot. Pepiot trying to lead wire to wire tonight in the VE75. We'll see if he can get it done. 6 to go now as the laps continue to click off. Here for the Michigan Madman and the Parabellum Motorsports 47. Bandy holding on to the 2 spot. Aiden Young is 3. Jonathan Short 4. Ross Carinta your top 5. Rylan Gray had to restart segment 2 in 15th. He's currently up to 6th. Been watching Gray's progress up through the pack. He had a problem early on. Dropped halfway through the field in that altercation. He's climbed up and now battling for a top 5 spot as we watch Garrett Pepiot now starting to approach lap traffic, and boy, the rear end got a little dance happy off turn 4 that time. Look at him down the back straightaway, working that throttle. I don't even think he's half throttle down the back stretch. Pepiot along the inside, and let's watch him through the corner. All the way up to the cushion, and now he'll go back down to the bottom to turn number 3. And he is making up big amount of time. 0.6 of a second now. The advantage for Garrett Pepiot as he takes the white flag. Final trip down the back straightaway for the Michigan Madman, the Parabellum Motorsports number 47. Garrett Pepiot off turn number 4 will lead wire to wire to win the VE75. Jesse Bandy comes home in 2. Aiden Young 3. Ross Carinta 4. And Rylan Gray gains 10 spots in segment number 2 to come home with a top 5 finish. Welcome back, folks, to the Eldora Speedway. Tonight's VE75 top 3 cars have made it down to victory lane, and we're going to get a word with each and every one of them. Coming home tonight in position number 3 was Aiden Young aboard the Parabellum Motorsports 69 car. Aiden, third place effort after 75 long laps tonight at Eldora. Congratulations on a great run for you.
Thank you. Feels good. Finally get up here on the podium.
You have been doing all sorts of work trying to just get into these Renegades broadcast races here with the GForce Racing Leagues, and you have been stringing together a lot of solid efforts to get into those broadcast shows, and you really highlighted it here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of this whole team, and John Hain helped me with fixing these cars up to make them go.
Tell us about segment number 2. That track had to be as slick as a racetrack you've ever been on.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely tricky, but I think it was more of the fuel. We had to keep an eye.
How close were you at the end on fuel?
Probably 3-4 laps.
Wow. So it was cutting close tonight for sure.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't that close, but I can get whatever I can.
Absolutely. Did you have to back off at all at the end there? I know you were closing in on Bandy for second.
I was letting off a little bit just to keep the car under me, but I wasn't really letting off.
Well, you got a sharp-looking race car here. You come home third tonight here in the VE75. Tell us about all the great folks and marketing partners that help make it happen for you.
Well, I just want to thank Parabellum Motorsports for giving me a chance on their team. It's been a great experience. Young Gun Creations, Matrix Management, all the sponsors on this car that helps me come out, John Hain, everyone that helps me on.
Well, a great job to you tonight to come home on the podium with this stout field of drivers here tonight. Great run.
Thank you.
All right, there's Aiden Young. Comes home in position number 3 here tonight. Next up, we'll talk to the driver who comes home in second, and that is Jesse Bandy in the 157. And Jesse, man, second is a great finish in a 75-lap event like we had here tonight. I know every driver wants to get that big win. What more did you need here tonight?
I just needed to have Pepiot make a mistake. Probably he was pretty good up there. We had the top side going for us, and probably could have drove it maybe a little bit harder yet, but probably was a little too passionate or a little too easy on the throttle there. Probably should have rode a little harder.
Tell us about your run. You started up front, finished up front tonight. Really had a strong car all throughout this race, early on and then late on in segment 2 here when the track got slick.
Yeah, just lots of patience, just waiting for the move. I mean, 75 laps is a long race. Even the 35 with the 4 wide salute still was quite a bit of racing to be had there. So just being patient and picking my times to advance, I guess, was the big key for me.
Tell us about all the folks that helped make it happen for you here on the 57 car. Got a sharp-looking race car here, and I know you got a lot of folks that help make everything happen.
Yeah, all the guys at Vandyville Racing, Z-Speed, and Brandon Schultz really put a lot of time in with me this week here before he left on vacation, and I don't even know how many laps we put in, but we put in a boatload of laps, and just having him to work with, and the guys at BVR is really what make everybody success known and makes it easier to succeed when you got the support of a strong, solid team.
If anybody's new to iRacing that's watching here tonight, that's got to be one of the big keys is, seat time, putting the time in, getting those laps, especially, at places that you might not be as familiar with or a place that you struggle with. It just comes down to putting those laps in and putting the time in.
Yeah, exactly. And, just even though when you get frustrated, you don't think you're moving forward or you're getting any quicker, just having somebody that can, remind you that, hey, just keep doing it. You're getting there. It's getting there. You're coming. And that's been a slow progress for me, but it's really started to come together here the last few months.
Absolutely, it has, man. We'll look forward to seeing you here with the Renegades division here for the upcoming season, and a great effort for you here tonight to come home second.
You bet. Yes, sir. We'll be there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate all you guys do.
All right, there's Jesse Bandy. Comes home second here tonight, and now we'll bring in our race winner, wire to wire tonight for Garrett Pepiot. Congratulations, man. What an effort here to pick up the big win tonight in the VE75.
Man, I can't believe it.
This has been a racetrack for you that's been a lot of ups and downs in terms of highlights here over the last season or two. But, man, a victory like this tonight's got to make up for a lot of that.
Yeah, it does. I only had, I think, one bad race here, and I lost it on the last lap there. But I just wish Schultz was here, man. We always been on a good show, and I can guarantee you we would have been up there battling.
Tell us, you said that, this has been such a good track to you. You were looking forward to that second segment. You made some adjustments, you told us. How did those adjustments work out for you? I mean, 2.7 seconds with a lead there at the end is pretty darn impressive. How good were those adjustments?
They did work pretty good. I changed my line in 1 and 2. I don't usually run that line, but as slick as it was, it worked out for me, and I kept sliding in 3 and 4, and I just kept pulling away, and I got the win.
We saw you there late in the race trying to work some lap traffic, and that's got to be a pretty intimidating thing here at Eldora, when you're searching around the racetrack trying to keep the rear tires on the car, but at the same time you want to get by that lap traffic. You can only see time-wise where the second-place car is. Tell us about navigating traffic there at the end.
Yeah, when I'm in traffic, I don't really worry about second place. I'm just trying to watch him and what he's doing and where he is exiting and entering and stuff like that. And I try to get around him by studying what he does and hoping he keeps his line and doesn't jump in my way and then my night.
Absolutely. Well, tell us about, I know that the Parabellum Motorsports team has really been strong. I mean, you guys got 2 cars on the podium here tonight. You got to be just thrilled about that.
Oh, yeah, man. It's amazing. These guys we're putting in work, and they're getting better and better, and I cannot be more impressed with how well they're doing.
Well, man, it was a great run here tonight. Tell us about all the folks that helped make it happen here on the 47 car.
Yeah, everybody at Parabellum Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, Alex Hanna Gaming, Race Lab Apps, and Ford Entertainment Group for building me my PC to compete with these guys, and you guys for the awesome streams, and Roger for the amazing league that he puts on. It's probably my favorite league to run.
And I think we've got Preston Cranmer here, Vice President of the GForce Racing Leagues, who I believe, Preston, you're here to do the presentation to our winner.
Just wanted to say congratulations, Garrett. You were definitely the class of the field, so congratulations. I know your team's going to be thrilled with the win as well. So great job, and we appreciate your donation as well.
Thank you.
All right, folks, there's Garrett Pepiot, your race winner here tonight. He takes the win in the VE75 here from the Eldora Speedway. I know there was a couple other awards that were on tap tonight. Preston, do we have any word on any of those other awards here tonight?
I don't know. I know the difficulty with the hard chargers because of the 2 mains. So
right.
The hard chargers calculated from the starting positions in the B. They may still be calculating that, but that'll probably come out on Facebook. And then there'll be some prize draws as well coming across Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thank you. On behalf of us here at 39 Productions and GForce TV, we want to thank you guys for having us be a part of this. This was an awesome event, and I'll tell you, coming out of the last chance qualifier, you made a nice run of it too to come home 15th tonight.
I was pretty happy just to be in the race, so I enjoyed myself, and I think that really speaks to the community we've built. We certainly appreciate what you guys do for us. You are a class broadcasting team, and I think we're the best on the iRacing platform. But we've got a great group of drivers too. I was really kind of just proud of everybody. You know, it's a tough time for a lot of people right now, and if you go through and look at our donation page, we had a lot of guys donate more than the minimum. You know, so just trying to be a good group, and you know, we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of joking around in the driver chat. We don't always get that, but for a pretty intense race, I think everybody had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Series Director Roger Craig joining us here. Roger, any closing thoughts from you?
And this is unofficial, of course. Well, you won't know till morning, but it appears that Chris Steele is the hard charger. Looks like he started at the back of the pack and finished, I think he gained 14 spots. So unofficially, Chris Steele is the hard charger.
Awesome. Awesome. Roger, thank you so much again for having us a part of this. What a great show here tonight. And I think you guys proved out a format that'll work here. If you want to do an extended format here with the sprint cars, it looked like it worked really well.
It worked really great, except for the guy throwing the cautions in the first part of the feature. But you know, we could fix that part too. So it was great, and like I said before, we're really looking forward to this coming season and all the new divisions. And there'll be a lot of announcements coming out on our Facebook page, GForce Racing League, in the next few days.
Well, folks, stay tuned for all of that. We want to thank you for tuning in here tonight. On behalf of the entire crew here with the GForce Racing Leagues and everybody who was a part of the VE75, we want to send out a big congratulations to driver number 47, Garrett Pepiot, the Michigan Madman, winner of the VE75 here from the Eldora Speedway. From Rossburg, Ohio, my name is Steve Ovens saying thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next Monday night here for more exciting Dirt Track 360 sprint car action.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV Racing Leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV. what you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net. Type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GeForce TV. And down on the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GeForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GeForce channel.
That is Justin Eldridge in the Eldridge Incorporated number 25.
This is a copyrighted production of 39 Productions, www.39designcompany.com, and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of 39 Productions. The opinions expressed in this programming are those of the host, co-host, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and/or ownership of either 39 Productions, the advertisers, or our marketing partners.